Hello, my loves. Hello, beautiful people. A couple of disclaimers before we get into the video. I am sorry about the lighting, but it's supposed to rain today, but I want to do the video anyway. So all this shadowing and everything, my bad. Number two is that if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, I also apologize for that. That is my little baby girl, and she is not quiet. So please forgive me for that. Y'all know I talk too much. So anyway, now that all that is out of the way, I hope that you enjoy this video. We are going to be talking about Enneagram traits today. If you don't know what that is, but you are interested, just make sure that you keep on watching. Enneagram traits are essentially traits that came up in the 1800s, the 18th century, which was the 1900s. Just traits that monks actually came up with, hoping to help people discover themselves. So they put everyone in categories, just like we do with everything in this world. So these are the type of traits that when you are on the computer and you decide, let me look online to see my personality and who I am, you probably have taken an Enneagram personality test. What is going on here? What's happening? Okay, but you probably taken an Enneagram personality test, and there are 7 traits, and I want to go over them. I have actually read this book called Take Care of Your Type, if you guys can see it. It is by Christina Wilcox, and she actually talks about the Enneagram traits, but she talks about it through a self-care lens. So if you guys are interested in the other aspect of how to self-care with your Enneagram personality traits, let me know. I can definitely do a video on it. Number 1 is the Idealist trait, and this is typically a person, whether it is you or someone that you know, when they first walk into a room, they can already see what needs to be improved on, because their goal for them is to be good, to be fair, look for the ideal situation. They are the ones who have kind of a high regard for other people, but especially themselves. They strive for the high goals, and when they don't meet those goals, they feel bad about themselves, even though it was such a high goal to strive towards. So they hate mistakes being made, whether it's for them or for other people, really for them. But they are someone that are typically either a perfectionist or a reformer. So you might be an idealist if you find yourself really critical of your own self, but you are someone who practices what you preach and walks the walk, because they talk the talk. So perfectionist is not a bad thing, but you definitely know if you are a perfectionist and if it hinders you more than sometimes it helps you, because when you're not reaching your goals, you may not feel like you are worth what you really are. But that is the first trait, which is an idealist. Okay, guys, so the second personality trait is the helper. This is someone who goes above and beyond for other people. They really seek to be loved by others just for giving them, whatever they can give them. Now, the problem sometimes with a helper is that you can be overly generous to other people and you don't really get the same thing in return. And when you don't get it in return, you're just kind of like, why am I not getting it in return? When really you're just a helper, and other people are not helpers. Essentially, they don't know how to do what you do. This is a person who they seek to be liked by others most times, because that's just really who they are. They seek affection. So if you are someone who is always giving, has a hard time saying no to other people, really thinks about other people and what they need, even before you're able to assess and know your own needs, because your superpower is to see what other people need and not what you need, or putting yourself last, you're probably a helper. Okay, guys, the next personality trait is the achiever. This is someone who really they really care about the things that they have achieved in life. They are someone who walks into a room and they can immediately evolve into whoever they need to be in that moment to look like basically they're the high and mighty, the one in charge, the center of attention. They want to be the center of attention based upon all their accomplishments and their goals. Now, I want to put in emphasis that just because this person wants to appear to be the person that has their stuff together, sometimes they don't have their stuff together, but they're not going to tell you that they don't have their stuff together. They're going to make sure that they're always on their P's and Q's, that they're looking great, that they are looking in their best light because they do not want to seem like a failure to anyone. They are the ones who seek attention from their successes. And they are not going to tell you if they don't have successes. So if you are a person that doesn't want people really knowing when you fail, you only feel like you're worth something based upon your achievements, and you want other people to you want other people's approval, you're probably a achiever. Okay, guys. So the next one that we're going to go over is number 5, something like that. These are the individualists. So just basically like their title, these are people who don't want to be placed inside of a box. They want to feel unique about who they are and their identity and just their being, their self-awareness. They are looking for things that make them different from everyone else. They have a fear to feel ordinary, to feel the same as other people. So sometimes they're just always seeking to have something new, a new self-discovery that just separates them from everybody else. So for you, if you feel like, you want to be unique, or you feel like because you have the same interests as a lot of other people, that makes you ordinary, and you don't like that, so you try to search for other things that make you different from others, then you're probably an individualist. You're someone who wants to be your own person and not be compared to other people, but also feel like because you are different, all eyes are on you in the room, but at the same time, you're not utilizing the fact that all eyes are on you, if that makes sense. Typically, you are more likely to be introverted, where you're not working the room, but you're noticed in the room. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So that is an individualist. Okay, guys, so the next one is the observer. And just like most of the other traits, this is the person who really, let's say you're in a party, they are the ones to kind of take a step back, have their earphones in, looking on their phone, not really interested in being a part of the crowd. They're the ones that like to collect the information, sit back and process it. Or maybe it may be where they don't want to communicate or be interested at all, and it may make them come off as being cold or just not engaged in conversation, which can really affect their relationships or building relationships with other people. So you may be an observer if you're a person that likes to sit with yourself and really think, with your own thoughts instead of engaging with other people. Kind of like the bystander kind of thing. So if you are someone that just likes to sit back, observe what's going on, but not really be a part of what's going on, you're probably an observer. Okay, so the next trait are the loyalists. These are the people that are really most times categorized as leaders. People that make sure that groups or organizations are together. They are the glue. They are the ones that make sure that everyone's good, even when they are not good. They are the ones that when they put their trust into you, they can be loyal to a fault. So when I say loyal to a fault, I mean sometimes even when it doesn't benefit them, they are still rooting for whoever it is that they are loyal to. They are willing to walk the cliff for the greater good of whatever they are loyal to. So if you are a person that you feel like you're always, kind of the leader for everything, but you're also loyal to your cause, loyal to what you are doing, you might be a loyalist, someone that just really strives off of the fact of others around you and just the support and the trust that is built from what you put together. So the next one is the Enthusiast. This is a person who is living their life to the fullest. And when I say that, I also mean that these are the ones that really have no, I don't want to say no boundaries, but these are the ones that are always trying new things around them. They're reevaluating the things that they are at, and they do not miss opportunities. So with that being said, that can mean, hey, they're reevaluating their job or reevaluating just their circumstance where they are now. And if it's not serving them what they are looking for it to serve them, they are ready to move on. They are not the ones to just kind of sit back and be like, okay, well, maybe I should just sit here and do this. Nope. Peace out. I'm out. I'm going to something that is better for me, something that makes me feel a lot happier, or just something that it's just different. I'm not about to sit here. They are constantly like a moving wheel, trying new things, free-spirited, high-spirited individuals. So if you find yourself being someone that really doesn't like to sit and feel stuck, someone who always wants to try new things, you want to travel, or you want to try a different opportunity and see where this lands you, and if this is not serving you anymore, you're moving on to the next thing, you might be an enthusiast. Oh, and before I move on to the next one, I do want to add for the enthusiast, this is also someone too where there might be so many opportunities out there or so many things that they want to try that they don't do them all. This is also a person where when they have 1,000,001 ideas in their head because they're so creative or there's so many things out there, they have a hard time executing all of these things because there's so many things. So sometimes it's almost like a jack of all trades and a master of none. It is hard for them to really execute something fully because there's so many things that come in between that kind of capture their attention as they go. So if that also only just validates more that you're an enthusiast, that is probably you. I just wanted to add that in there. So another trait that we're going to go over, the second to the last one, is the challenger. This is someone who really gets into leadership pretty quickly because they have just this aurora around them of firmness or assertiveness, or just the one that's ready to call the shots. They are not someone that likes to be told what to do by other people. They have no problem challenging others. It doesn't have to necessarily be in an aggressive manner, but if you are someone that is really ready to challenge and you're not afraid to ask the hard questions, you might be a challenger. You're someone who does not like people telling you what to do, but you're the one that likes to be on top. This is also someone too, it doesn't always have to be like an aggressive, assertive thing. This is someone too that likes to fight for the underdog. So if you find yourself in any of those things or all of those things, you might be a challenger. Last but not least, trait number 7 is the Peacemakers. Now, this trait is actually a little more difficult for people to identify themselves as, because for a peacemaker, this is someone who will kind of morph themselves to what needs to be in the situation. These are the people that are the great listeners to others when they need to hear it, and they're less likely to put their opinions or their thoughts on a situation towards a person if it's going to cause conflict or tension. So if you find yourself being someone who is a good listener to others, but you do keep your opinions to yourself and you're just trying to reassure the person that you're speaking to in that moment, or you're just morphing yourself to whatever you need to be for whoever you need to be it for, you might be a peacemaker. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope that one of those personalities you found to be yourself. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you are interested in any of those self-cares that come with any of those personalities, let me know. The book talks about many, so if you want us to do kind of like a mini series or something like that, and I put it in my playlist for self-care on Enneagram traits, we can definitely do that. Just let me know which ones you want me to go over. I hope that you found your traits, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. So just make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!